Have you ever wondered how murders were solved over 1,000 years ago, in a world with no fingerprints, no DNA tests, and no security cameras? Let's travel back to ancient China and uncover how detectives cracked cases using nothing but sharp eyes, clever tricks, and sometimes a little help from the spirit world. Long before ancient China became an empire or even had fractious kingdoms, people lived in small tribes. If someone was killed, there were no courts, no police, no judges. Most of the time, the victim's family simply took revenge themselves. But sometimes the tribe's shaman stepped in. They believed they could ask the gods for answers. They'd heat turtle shells over fire, watch the cracks appear, and claim the patterns pointed to the guilty party. It may sound strange today, but in an inexplicable world that seemed controlled by spirits and magic, where you couldn't even understand how the clouds work, reading the cracks in bones and shells was entirely reasonable. Fast forward to 221 BCE, to the Qin dynasty. China's first empire didn't just build the Great Wall. It also created one of the earliest organized patrol systems, kind of a prototype police force. Patrol officers walked the streets, checked village paths, and wrote down clues. Footprints in the mud, broken branches, drops of blood, these were the bread and butter of the patrol officer. If they couldn't solve a case, it went to the county magistrate, and if the crime was serious enough, it could even reach the emperor himself. After the Qin, the Han dynasty continued these methods, but when the Han fell, China entered centuries of war and chaos. Local rulers cared more about raising armies than solving murders. After all, what's the point of a police force if your city gets burnt to the ground and there's no one left to police? At this time, the patrol officer was a thing of the past. Justice often depended on whoever had the most power, not the best evidence. Then came the Tang dynasty, beginning in 618 CE, an age of culture, trade, and new ideas. China learned a lot from the Arab world, which was leading the globe in medicine at the time. Meanwhile, China's alchemists, yes, the same people trying to make gold and immortality potions, in their mysticism-inspired studies of chemicals, had stumbled across principles that could help investigations. The Tang government also wrote clear laws on how to examine bodies, wounds, and crime scenes. For the first time, forensic techniques had a place in official law. Although the progress was great, there were strict cultural taboos on the dissection of bodies that hindered the further development of forensic techniques. The biggest leap came during the Song dynasty, around the 13th century. A man named Zhong Si wrote The Washing Away of Wrongs, the world's first forensic science manual. This book explained how to figure out whether someone was drowned or strangled, how to check if a cut was made before or after death, and even how to spot poisonings that looked like natural deaths. It listed hundreds of different ways a person could die, from lightning strikes to horse trampling, and gave step-by-step instructions for examining a body. This book prevented many miscarriages of justice, and it was widely respected and translated into various languages, influencing generations of forensic practitioners and officials. Of course, ancient detectives didn't just rely on wounds and footprints. They were masters of psychological tricks too. If they didn't have clear evidence, they might stage a fake dream interrogation, pretend to talk to spirits, or spread rumors to spook the killer into confessing. Quaint old villages across the globe were much the same. Tight-knit gossip factories, where everyone knew everyone else's business. If your neighbor's wife disappeared, people would notice. On top of that, there was a strict neighborhood watch system. If someone committed a crime and hid it, their neighbors could be punished too. So everyone had a reason to report suspicious behavior. So, the next time you watch a police drama, think about this. For over 1,000 years, investigators were already tracing footprints, studying wounds, and using mind games to catch killers. No high-tech lab, no DNA, just sharp eyes, clever minds, and a tight community that watched each other's backs. The human element has never really changed.